Black Lives Matter. And I shouldn't have to say that. So when you say all lives matter, I know that. But do you? I live a black life because I'm a black man. And if I thought it mattered and had the same systematic merit, then we wouldn't be here in the first place. Read the history of slavery and black people's access to just basic literacy. The basic stuff. So you can have basic information about systematic oppression. And this spans all the way to what history teaches me is the beginning of my people. Before slavery, who and what was I? Socioeconomics, cultural appropriation, opportunity confiscation, profiling, to name a few. George Floyd, say his name. So when I see black men lose their lives while being reprimanded and unarmed, it makes me sick and weak to my stomach. Because it could have been me, my brother, my father, my uncle, my daughter, my sister. I am uncomfortable. Slavery happened to black people. So if you really believe you have anything to complain about by interjecting all lives matter, then you are sorely mistaken. So excuse me if I call bullshit when you complain about a hashtag and call it racist to say Black Lives Matter. That's like complaining about your internet connection in the face of a child dying of hunger or losing their battle with cancer because of extreme poverty and because of lack of funds or just science. There's levels to the shit, guys. I am anti-racism, I'm not racist. So being a black man that says Black Lives Matter doesn't make me a racist. And I will not even begin to say, oh, I have white friends and I've dated white people. I have friends of all shades, colors, sizes, sexualities, and races that I see and love no different from the other. To put that out there. Because the love that I was naturally, that love I was born into was not destroyed by a taught hate. That's what racism comes from. It's not about any of that either. It's about just seeing black human beings as living, free, lovable, respectable, deserving people. It's empathy and understanding. It's love. Uninhibited. Like, it's acceptance of someone regardless of whether or not their forefathers were owned by yours. Slavery. I don't negate your value because of your hair texture, your skin color, your heritage. But when you are black, then those things become the very things that determine if you get into a college or if you get the job or the opportunity or the freedom to just walk down the street, to stop at a stop sign, to go to the grocery store, to go jogging, to wear a hoodie. Imagine a world having a perception of a black person having a perception of you that makes you insecure and unsafe and confused and feel defeated every day of your life. That's what you call generational trauma. What is the history of black people and what is the history of white people? Black people, white people. It's sad that I even have to say that or do that. I have racism and the history of slavery and a current world of oppression to deal with. Then there are the normal human shit. What do you deal with every day that makes you feel like you're a different species from me? Like I'm a different species that is just being accommodated by goodwill. Because a lot of the times, that's how I feel as a black man. When I walk into a room, a space, a place, the world. Have you ever had to wonder about being too black? Never getting the same level of respect for anything. Racism has no place in a world that is so heavily reliant on all of us making this work. Especially when entire cities were built on the backs and shoulders and heads and necks of slaves. My people. But they're not just my people. To many people, that's the reason for thinking I am less than. Because my forefathers were owned by yours. If I'm not treating you any differently for such a demonic and traumatic history of abuse and terror and oppression against my ancestors, why are you then so angry at me? Name a reason and justify it. Racism is our greatest weapon of mass destruction. So defund NASA and take that money to end world hunger, because it could be done. Defund nuclear weaponry and provide women all over the world with an opportunity for a just education, or access to it at least. Because we do not need any more means of technology or even more upgraded weapons, because it's already here. And if you are the least bit racist or thinks it doesn't exist, then you, my friend, are that weapon. Black Lives Matter. No peace, no justice. Unity and love is so easy. I'm still waiting for you to join me in just doing join me in doing that. I end with love, peace, and light, and I wish these three things unto all of us. For as long as you continue to ask why I say Black Lives Matter, you are a part of the problem. I will raise mixed children, and I pray to God that I am able to teach them the kind of love that is needed to navigate this horrible, horrible world. We are worried about COVID-19 killing us, and we do so much more because that affects everyone, white, black, and purple. COVID-19. But you want to ignore and contribute to a more deadly disease, racism. Think about that.